Welcome back to the channel. In a prior video, we talked about how the debts of someone who is deceased is not your responsibility. This video is an update to that video. The debt of someone who has passed is 100% not your responsibility. However, it is the responsibility of the estate. This means that if the probate process takes a long period of time, and there is sufficient time for someone to put a lien on the estate, then it is the estate's responsibility to pay that lien. Otherwise, it can hinder the probate process. So, if you have it where you are going through someone's debts as being the executor, and you see a credit card charge that is an unsecured debt, you need to review it, make sure of what it is, and then determine whether or not it is something that is to be paid or not paid by the estate. Now, if it is something that you do not feel needs to be paid, just make sure, as we kind of hinted at in the previous video, to make sure the probate process is fully completed. All assets are transferred to the trust or to the beneficiaries, so therefore the estate becomes insolvent. If it does not occur in that order, then potentially a debt collector may put a lien on the estate and then hinder the probate process, which means that you need to review further that debt, pay that debt, or pennies on the dollar for that debt in order to clear it out, in order to complete the probate process. This is something that hopefully you do not have to experience, but it can happen. And you will need to review things potentially with the probate lawyer that you are working with in order to coordinate some of these issues. Because the fact that at times the debt collector may have it where they might just send the debt back to the creditor itself, such as the bank, after attempting to collect the money that was owed to the bank. So say, for example, Bank of America, there's a credit card in the name of John Doe, and he passes away. It is the estate's responsibility to pay that debt off, not the executor, not the beneficiaries. If the debt is something that might be fraudulent or something else, as the executor, you have the ability to review it, determine what it is, and then figure out whether or not it needs to be paid or not paid. It doesn't go to you. But you need to make sure that if it is something that you are not going to pay, that it does not hold up the probate process. So negotiate with them, figure out what's going on, and handle it that way. Or just let it go and make sure that the probate process finishes. If the probate process finishes, then what happens is these liens against the estate go unpaid because there is nothing left on it and probate has already finished. There's nothing left in the estate, and therefore the estate is insolvent to pay those debts, and then they just write them off. So you have to be very careful with those. Hopefully this helps with a little bit of clarification from the previous video. Feel free to like, comment, share this video with someone who needs to know this information, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.